Welcome to the Paradise List. This time we decided to make the 10 best romantic Christmas movies on Netflix. Let's begin. Number 10. Falling for Christmas. Falling for Christmas is a new holiday movie starring Lindsay Lohan and 𝐂𝐑𝐑𝐘. The story of Falling for Christmas is pretty simple, and it's something we've pretty much seen before. Lindsay plays heiress Ciara Belmont, who is very out of touch with reality. She has an influencer boyfriend who is also very out of touch, and when they go up to a mountaintop in order to get engaged, an accident happens and Lindsay loses her memory. 𝐂𝐑𝐑𝐘 plays Jake Russell, who now runs his late wife's family's mom and pop ski resort. When Ciara gets amnesia, it is Jake who finds her and ends up taking her back to the resort and teaching her how to basically be a human. Falling for Christmas is a 2022 American Christmas romantic comedy film, directed by Janine Damian. Number 9. The Night Before Christmas. An English medieval knight is magically transported to modern-day times, where he encounters a young woman who has kind of lost her faith in love. Josh Whitehouse as the knight. He is typical fish out of water. I mean, he's been transported from the medieval times into the present day. And of course he's going to encounter all kinds of weird things that he's never seen. And the filmmakers had some really good opportunities to use this, especially taking advantage of our modern-day technology. And it does perfectly in this movie. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this. They're gonna like it for the sweetness, and they're gonna like it for the predictability. The Night Before Christmas is a 2019 Christmas fantasy comedy film, directed by Monica Mitchell. Number 8. Christmas Inheritance. Eliza Taylor plays Ellen. She's ready to take over her father's company because her dad might be retiring, and she has kind of been nicknamed the party heiress, and she goes out and does all these crazy things. Behind that, of course, she actually has a pretty good sense for business, but she doesn't know the true meaning of Christmas. So her father sends her to this town called Snow Falls, little hotel type place in this small town. And every Christmas they take turns writing a letter to each other, and they deliver it, so that way they see each other each Christmas. This movie really just explores how she finds her heart and she gives back to charity and actually learns the meaning of charity. And it's actually pretty sweet Christmas movie. Christmas Inheritance is a 2017 Canadian Christmas comedy drama film, directed by Ernie Barbarash. Number 7. A Christmas Prince. Reporter Amber gets a chance to go out and do some real reporting. She's sent to Aldovia to report on Prince Richard, who has to decide whether he wants to become king or not before Christmas Eve, when the prince don't turn up for the planned press conference. Once inside, she's mistaken for Princess Emily's new tutor, who was originally expected after the holidays, and she plays along to get the chance to find something bad from her new position soon. She learns that there is more to Prince Richard than the Playboy things, and she gets tangled in some royal intrigue and ends up finding love. The cast is what makes the film so enjoyable. Christmas Prince does what many other low-budget holiday movies gloss over, and that is having a unique and organic plot. The movie is filled with wholesome messages about staying true to yourself and listening to your heart. A Christmas Prince is an American romantic comedy film directed by Alex Sam. A sequel titled A Christmas Prince: The Royal Wedding was released in 2018 and another one in 2019. Number 6. Operation Christmas Drop. A congressional aide, Erica, forgoes a family Christmas in order to visit an island military base in order to find financial reasons to shut it down. So an air base in the South Pacific every year delivers supplies and gifts to neighboring islands. There is an overabundance of imagery of planes and helicopters. There is great holiday music throughout, both old and new. One other thing this film has going for it is that it's very family friendly. I mean, any age could sit around and take this in and not find anything offensive in it. There's also a feel-good quality to this. You can tell what the director and writers were trying to accomplish. This is based on a true story and true events. There actually is an Operation Christmas Drop that happens every year, and it helps thousands of people each year. The true aspect of this story, it's heartwarming and it's inspiring, and it does have a positive storyline. Number 5. A California Christmas. This is another Netflix romantic comedy film set around Christmas, and you're either gonna have it two ways. You're gonna have a woman who's really hardworking, obsessed with her job, or overwhelmed with her family, who goes out to the country, meets a rugged man who's going to teach her the real simple way of life. Or the opposite, you have this player kind of guy, and he gets wooed by a woman from small town. This is like an hour and 47-minute film. This is definitely one of those romantic comedies that's just it's soft. It's nice. There isn't anything offensive. It's just a well shot. It really captures the beauty of California farms and vineyards and stuff like that. And if you really enjoy these kinds of romances, you're going to get exactly what you want to have. This is significantly a better film, directed by Sean Paul Piccinino. Number 4. The Princess Switch. It's a Christmas Hallmark Nickelodeon film, and the summary is 1 week before Christmas. Margaret, the gorgeous Duchess of Montenero, switches places with Stacy, an ordinary woman from Chicago, who looks exactly like her, with the assistance of a magical Santa's helper. Margaret falls in love with Stacy's handsome co-worker, while Stacy falls in love with Margaret's fiancé. The Princess Switch is a 2018 American Christmas romantic comedy film directed by Mike Roll. This movie is actually pretty good, with amazing acting from Vanessa Hudgens. The film is the first installment in the Princess Switch trilogy. Number 3, Christmas with You. Career burnout pop star Angelina escapes to grant a young fan's wish in small-town New York, where she not only finds the inspiration to revitalize her career and also a true love. The locations are quaint and homey, giving a huge level of comfort and charm to the story. The songs are decent. In the tune that Garcia and Prince Jr. are writing, it does have a great melody to it and can get stuck in your head. And this is 90 minutes, so it's efficient and it stays right in the sweet spot for a rom-com. There's a drama towards the end, but that conflict is always needed in order for one or both of the leads to come to their senses and then rush back into the arms of the other. And the story tries to include some job-related conflict for Angelina. With a younger and more hip rising star, they work in this context to provide the impetus for Angelina's actions. So all in all, this is a cute and very good rom-com with a holiday theme. It's a fun and easy watch. Number 2, Holidate.
Why didn't you call Rodney?
Because I already have a boyfriend.
Sloane and Jackson hate being single on the holidays, where they face constant judgment from meddling relatives. When these two strangers meet, they pledge to be each other's holiday for every festive occasion throughout the coming year. There is this realness and this rawness in between Sloane and Jackson. It comes across when you know when two people have nothing on the line, so they can say whatever they want because there aren't any strings attached. There's not even friendship goals here. It's just truly somebody to have at your side at a family function, so that you don't get hassled. This movie does fall into some of the same tropes that you would expect to see with any rom-com. You have awkward moment with exes, family pressure to find the one, mixed signals that lead to frustration, and that moment where someone realizes they have feelings for somebody else. Holidate is a 2020 American romantic comedy film, directed by John 𝐂𝐇𝐑𝐑𝐘. Before we unveil number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1, Love Hard. A beautiful LA girl falls for an East Coast guy on a dating app and decides to surprise him for the holidays, only to discover that she's been catfished. Nina Dobrev stars as Natalie, a magazine writer, who has had a massive string of terrible dates, and Jimmy O. Yang as Josh, aka the guy who is catfishing. But you know what? Josh, he's this lovable guy who essentially at a point explains himself as to the why, and he explains himself as to why he did it in the first place, not expecting it to go as far as it does. In this, there are some wonderful family moments. Josh has a grandma who is just incredibly funny, and when the family is together, there are not only heartwarming sequences, but also some humorous exchanges and situations that involve Josh and his brother. You can totally tell where the story is headed, and it's not uncommon at all for a romantic comedy to be predictable. The dynamic between our title characters is just spectacular. Now, like in any great rom-com, there's a culmination of events that lead to some incredible tension. Now, the sweet spot for a rom-com is 90 minutes. And this one comes in at an hour and 44 minutes. So while that's a little longer than the average, the message of the story is also a great one. So overall, Dobrev and Yang have such enjoyable chemistry, which is then combined with a story that highlights humor and heart. This is a holiday rom-com that you shouldn't ignore.
Merry Christmas, and come back soon.